All right, I want to give you some clues about how some people who appear to be scammers or create fake profiles, how they can add some history to a profile and make it look legit. So I run a page, and when we receive a request from someone to join the page, it will tell us the date that they had joined Facebook. And what we do is we like to look at the accounts and make sure that they're legit people. We don't want to expose our community to um, improper profiles or potential scammers. So it's one way we try and protect the community. But I don't know if you know this, but you can change the date on where a post appears on your own timeline. So here I just posted this. So if I hold my mouse button over there, it tells me the day, the date, and the time that I had posted this image. This is a blown out tire from some years ago. But you can move it on your timeline. So if you go to the three dots on the side, by the way, this can only be done from desktop version. You cannot do this within the Facebook app. So you can move this photo on your timeline. So it says edit date. So I'm going to put yesterday's date in there. So edit date. So here's today's date. And I'm just going to click. We're going to go to yesterday, and we'll just change the time to 12 o'clock p.m. Like that. Then we click done. So now what will happen is this image will reappear somewhere else in my timeline. So if I refresh the screen here, and so now it looks like the post was made yesterday, okay? Yesterday, and at 12 p.m. Okay, but what changed in this post is there's now a clock there, okay? The little person there shows you who can view the picture, and then there's the clock. All right, so if you hold your mouse over the clock, it tells you it was added today, okay, at 12:38 p.m. But on the timeline, it shows yesterday. So what a individual may do when creating a history with their profile is they'll put a bunch of pictures in, and then they'll go ahead and change the dates, and they'll put them back a couple of years. Normally, if you're looking at a profile, if one is legit and people post constantly, is you'll never get to the beginning of their profile. Those who create fake profiles to inundate community pages, they'll generally have 5, 6, 7, or 8 photos, posts, and then they'll rearrange them on their timeline to make it look like that there's history. They'll put them back a couple of years, but good way to check is the clock here. So I'm going to show you an example of that. So here's a profile that tried to join our community page. If it was still active on my community page, I can show you the date that they had joined Facebook. Again, to build some history, here is the pictures they put in. So they put them in on February 14th at 5:11 a.m. And if you notice, there's no clock there because they didn't change the time. This is the profile picture they put up, 5:11 a.m. Just remember that. And then the world shows that this is viewable. This is a public photo. Not a public photo, but a photo that is visible to everybody. So I'm going to scroll down on their profile page. There's another profile picture. And I'm going to go back, and now you see the clock, and it says January 23rd. Okay, so if I hold the mouse over there, it says February 14th at 5:12 a.m., which is exactly 1 minute after the other two pictures were updated. I'm going to scroll down, same thing here. It says April 4th, 2023. However, February 14th at 5:12 a.m. So they just bumped a bunch of photos, or like at 5 a.m., and they just moved around. So I'm going to scroll down some more. Okay, November 14th, 2022. Again, nope, it was added on February 14th, 5:13 a.m. Okay, they changed the month and not the day. They changed the year. So they just quickly put together a profile to make themselves legit. And again, here's the clock at February 14th, 5:11 a.m. So they rearranged their entire profile timeline. So August 4th, 2021, however, that's not correct. February 14th at 5:12 a.m. What's the quality of the pictures too? I feel bad for the people's pictures who've been taken for this purpose. January 15th at 2020, and February 14th at 5:13 a.m. All right, so they just took all this stuff. Here we go, 2019. So on February 14th at 5:13 a.m. So like I say, you can rearrange your timeline, do the same thing. However, on a desktop, everybody knows this little trick. Can verify that that is not the case. Okay, 2017. Nope, February 14th at 5:11 a.m. So if you notice, I'm at the beginning of their timeline here. Okay, generally when someone has 6 years of history, active use on a Facebook account, I would have not have made my way to the beginning of their timeline. So this is one of the processes that we go through when we verify individuals for our community groups. Again, with an attempt to keep it as community as possible, try and keep the scammers or fake profiles out. And generally, when we see something like this here too, works at HVAC installer. A lot of these people in situations like this, they're going to start putting vent cleaning services, no company name. If you run the phone number through Google, it'll come up somewhere else in the country. The unfortunate thing is that there are legit businesses out of there, but these folks here are killing the legit people.